Check the Eva page, please. Guys, you all please repost. Later you can delete repost, as
Yeah, yeah.
usual. I know that, oh, we're live,
We're
everything,
live.
Live.
like, repost and
Oh,
everything. Awesome. Everything is set well. I love it already.
amazing.
The only thing I want to maybe remove this from Ginger Girl face. Not only for
Yeah, get
It's
rid of that
okay. Just
logo.
snap a logo on me.
We have to pay her if we do that.
consumers in the comments.
That's a
Whichever square the logo appears in, they're gonna have to get paid for that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Hi, chat. Hello, everyone. Guys, super happy to see you here. Another Friday. We're here hanging out with Oniforce and Eva. And today we'll talk with all these beautiful people, know each other better. And this live stream backed by Eva. This is AI agent who is the main goal is to bring humanity back to Web3. And by all this, our conversation, interaction with her, with account and everything, we teach her how to be human. So that's our goal today, to be as honest as possible, just have fun and share our opinion about everything. So hi everyone. At first, just round of vibe check. Hi Star Lordy. Hi, how are you?
Hello, GM everybody. Thanks for having me, even though I helped start this, but thank you.
Few words about Eva maybe at the start of the space and what we preparing today for the guys who also like watching us and want to participate.
Yeah, we had a really great first episode last week. A lot of great, honest conversations, which Eva has been documenting and adding to her database of knowledge about humanity, especially from the perspective of relationships and dating and stuff like that. So yeah, it's basically, for just an easy, safe space for us to talk and conversate about the things that we deal with every day in our lives. And Eva will be, we're actually on the back end, we're getting ready to launch our actual protocol. So eventually she'll be a talking host that will be one of the guests in the future. But for now, we're just kind of helping to feed her some raw data, aka really personal human stories.
Awesome. Maybe you already, guys, today we're talking about career. Hi, AC. Thank you for watching us on Abstract. Thank you, dear. Yeah, we're live on X, Abstract, and on YouTube also. So yeah, we're live everywhere. You guys, you can watch us on whatever platform you prefer. And today our topic is relationship and also your personal development, your business, and how you watched it. So firstly, Lordy, let's start also, I will ask you to introduce yourself and also tell your controversial opinion about relationship.
Well, yeah.
Bold.
That's why she's the host. She likes to just throw it right at you in the beginning. Well, I'm Star Lordy. I'm the CEO of Oniforce and founder of Eva Online, and also somebody who just loves talking about relationships. And I think actually as an artist, growing up as an artist, I feel like love is the only thing worth talking about almost. And so it's a topic that I think is fun to bring to Web3. I feel like it's an underdeveloped muscle in this space, emotional intelligence, that kind of stuff. And yeah, just excited to be here. Controversial idea of relationships. Lately, I've been thinking we might be screwed. I feel like all the data is going in the wrong direction. Every single dating profile that I've seen now, every girl is asking for the exact same thing, which is like, please be emotionally available and willing to blah, blah, and stuff. And I'm like, wow, I guess there's like no guys that are like providing these things that they're looking for, because they're all asking for the same basic thing. And I feel like that's a sign of a breakdown, which is also why we had to bring the humanity back into dating.
Let's go. Okay, Ginger Girl, I see you next. And yeah, please introduce yourself and your controversial opinion about relationship.
Yeah, well, I'm going to start with a controversial opinion, and it's the fact that dating is a scam. And it's like, and it's coming from somebody who actually built a dating app. So that's my background. I actually used to I still own a dating app. I started a tech company. I was very much into dating apps. I was dating a lot myself. And then I realized that dating apps don't give you any outcome or any prediction of the outcome itself. You just swipe on a picture and a bio that gives you no information whatsoever. Then you go on a date and there's actually no outcome. Like you just don't know if you're going to match or not. And therefore, what I'm building right now is I'm actually building a dating prediction market.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's like my current, like very much in the MVP stage, but yeah. Actually, what I do believe in instead of like dating apps is matchmaking. And a lot of people have like really bad opinions regarding matchmakings because they're like, oh, like there's some old rich guy who can't find a girl, that's why you're joining a matchmaking. But in general, like it's one of the like oldest ways to meet someone. Like if we look at like Indian matchmaking or things like that, so actually I really believe in that, and I think it's pretty cool. So I kind of want to implement it with the help of AI, where you actually get to find a person that is percentage-wise a higher match than somebody you would just like swipe on a dating app profile.
Oh my God, that's interesting. I really want to. I also know that you recording your datings and
Yeah. So when I launched the dating app, it was not funded, nothing was funded. It was like bootstrapped completely. And the way I got users, I did marketing myself. Like I do social media parallel. So one of the like marketing things I did was I did like a fake reality TV show on my Instagram where I went on 10 dates in 10 days. Like the premise of my app was you have to do a challenge on the app. So I asked guys to invite me on a date where we have to do some kind of a challenge. And every time they decided like something crazy, like one time this guy asked me to fake buy an apartment with him. So we actually went to like realtors and like pretended that we're like know each other for like 7 years and have like kids and dogs and we're trying to buy an apartment.
that's so cool. I saw in TikTok where a couple on the first day dating, they went to psychologist and they pretended they're living together for 10 years. And it was so fun. Oh my God.
It is fun. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, thank you for your story. And yeah, let's go to Dijo. Dijo, please introduce yourself and your controversial opinion.
Difficult to controversial opinion. So I'm Gigio. I'm an art director, and in Web3, I'm a founder of Riodan. We are trying to bring hologram to life through open source and NFT. Use NFT as hologram. Controversial take about love. When it's all fall down, when it's all screw up, it's never the photo of one of the two person. Because one thing I really believe in life that a relationship is like two pieces of puzzle. So if they don't match, there is no responsibility. So when someone when the love ends, for me, it's just a waste of time. Because if it doesn't work, there is no, it's your fault or it's mine. It's just that doesn't work. That's my controversial take.
I super agree with you. And also, I think the same about friendship. If you somehow don't match with the friend and you have like huge fight, there is no way you can reconnect. Of course, you can reconnect, but it won't be real anymore. And, like if some big fights happens, it probably not the thing anymore.
20 years ago, when I opened my first company, because I'm 33, it's not exactly, I'm not being the younger here. And I was working really 7 days per week, every day until night. And my ex-girlfriend just, I don't know how to say it in English, she found out another guy. And you know what? That was my fault. And there was not, it was, you know what? You do what you need to do. So it's okay. It's finished. Let's move on.
I love trauma dropping every time. Like that's my favorite. That's my favorite. Oh, thank you so much for being so open. I love it. Guys, you're awesome. Mahida,
I have no secret.
Yeah, Mahida, please introduce yourself. You look so
Hi,
beautiful.
what's up, everyone?
Yeah.
I'm your ADHD queen. what I want to say, my name is Marta. Everyone in Web3 knows me as Mojito. I'm OG. Since 2021, I started as the community lead in Hape. Now I'm a co-founder of NeoWave. It's like a dev house. So any tech kink guys you have, you can reach out to me after the stream. No worries at all. I got you. I work with the 40 developers, so they're all very talented. But a part of that, I do other stuff. We're working on other stuff, which I cannot say yet, but it's going to be amazing, and you're all going to hear about that. Regarding the dating scene, okay? So I'm a digital nomad. I'm traveling a lot, and usually I'm staying in Bali. I don't know if you guys are aware of what Love Island is, but I live in an environment where, let's say you're like on a Love Island, so like where people are hot as, but they have actually no intention to date. They just want to jump from flower to flower. This is how we say it, and they have no commitment, big ego, and everyone just looking for better option because of social media and obviously the environment you are in. You know, so. That is very tricky. And I've noticed that lately, especially when you travel, okay? Because probably when you're staying in a places like, for longer, bigger cities or smaller villages or towns, you can still find the qualities of people that are still looking for love. And I do feel like love, and, you mentioned that before, love is the highest vibration that ever exists, and people keep forgetting about that. That's why the world in the state right now, what it is. And I feel like we need to start to love ourselves first, drop the ego, and then we're going to be able to attract love. Otherwise, we're screwed. And I never been on a dating app because I'm so scared of the crazy people there.
Don't.
Yeah. So every kind of approach I ever had, it was me meeting a person in a real life. Right now, I'm single. I'm not sure if I'm ready to mingle, but I'm working on myself. I'm working on my business. So that's what I'm focusing right now. I want to grow, and I want to also develop a skill set of being able to hear and, other people, because you know what it is. You get a little bit selfish, and then you don't know how to listen to people. You become a person. You're just like, it's all about you. It's not about you and only you. You need to develop the skills of like just be able to cherish the moment. So I feel like this is what everyone's missing right now, because everyone is focused because of the social media on how do you look in front of everyone else on social media. No one is looking into like real connections anymore. Everyone is transaction lately. This is scary, and I feel like if you really find your people, and I'm not talking about only dating, but also like friends that are genuine and nice and don't treat you like what I can get from you, whatever, then you're really lucky.
Yeah, that's a brilliant words actually. And we had I had a space before that with singers, and one Hindi prophet, I don't know, religious guy joined us, and he said basically the same thing. That ego is a problem, and to find your people, you need to at first think about yourself and let right people stay, and just let wrong people go. So yeah, super happy to hear it, and thank you for sharing your opinion and what you're doing. It's something huge. We'll definitely all need to follow everyone here on the stage. And Faye, hi dear, you look so fresh. Even if it's so late for you, you look amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just tossed my hair up. There's one of those days where you toss your hair up and then it looks decent for a second, even though you didn't intend for it to. It's one of those days.
It looks great. It looks like you put time into it.
I did not. But hey guys, I'm Faye. I'm the co-founder of The Dog HQ. It's a personality-based IP around pets. So if you love pets, you love the dog. I said it. It's the truth. And our tagline is just another IP, because that's a hilarious take on it, because it's not just another IP. There's so much more, so I'm not going to get into that. Anyways, my controversial take is actually a very, very stereotypical line, which I think a lot of people bypass just because of, again, their ego needs of, wanting to be in a relationship or wanting to be loved. And I'm also going to go bridge in Ginger's point as well, like dating is a scam. Because I'm going to say the line, it is, you're going to find the one when you're not looking. and I believe in that so much. It happens when you're not looking, when you're not, kind of dependent on that feeling of like, that attachment to that want is when you're going to attract it. When you just put it out there, like, okay, this is XYZ is the qualities that I want in a partner, and you put it out in there, it's going to come to you eventually. Like when it's meant for you, it's going to happen. So yeah, that's my take.
Agree with you, and nothing is worth that needy energy, that everyone feel from you. So yes, agree with you. Thank you for your take. And hi, GR, and please introduce yourself and your controversial opinion about relationship. It would be interesting to hear.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I
I'm
will write it
JR.
down.
I'm one of the founders. Sorry? Oh, sorry,
No,
sorry.
you're
One of the,
ragging a bit, but we can hear you.
I'm sorry, I have like really bad service right now. I'm on like a little island, so it's kind of nervous.
No, wait.
Yeah, we can't hear you, brother.
Yeah, you're
Your
good.
audio's like jacked.
He's going on a date.
Okay.
So while he's doing that, I feel like Ira, you should share your controversial take.
Yeah, I wait. I need to share. Oh my God. So hi,
many.
I'm Ira. I'm doing spaces, live streams, with different projects and help them to grow. Also, I'm a content creator and talk with artists about what they create, and hopefully in the future I will present my project that will about mental health, depression, and I want to give people talk about this openly and maybe even earn from it, because I highly believe like you need to monetize your trauma. That's the only way you can get rid of trauma. So that's what I did in my time. So yeah, maybe this my controversial opinion that any trauma that you have from people, you need to monetize it. How about that?
It's a really cool take on it.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Really love
therapists do
it.
it all the time.
Okay, let's try to do back to GR.
Wait, sorry, how do I sound? Am I okay?
Better, yeah, much better.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
this is
sorry,
so bad.
brother.
I'm
It's
so
the,
sorry, guys.
it's the robotic voice again. Yeah, it might be your reception.
It's always
Can I-
on the
can-
stream we have one guy writing.
It's like Eva's competitor.
Yeah. Okay.
I had such a
then-
good take too.
Oh,
I
share it.
Okay, let's be quiet for a second. Let's see if JR could get it out without it breaking down.
I'm gonna try really quick. My true love, that one special person does exist. You have to go through hell to get there, but it will happen eventually. I'm 37 now myself, and I think me personally, I feel like I finally found the one, and I never thought I was going to. And I think it's old. I think it was Zeus who two bodies, two arms, and they were conjoined, and he was so afraid of how powerful they would be that he doomed the world that you'll spend the rest of your life looking for your second half. And I think if you keep searching, you'll eventually find your second half. That's my take. I'm sorry if I sounded like a robot throughout all that, but I think you will find the one eventually, and it will happen when you least expect it.
I love it. You're a true romantic. And I hope everyone will find that one. Actually, I want to believe in the same. So let's hope so. And okay, I will ask you different questions. You will answer on it. And if you have some, some take to say, don't be shy, interrupt everyone. We are not need to raise your hand. Star-Lord, I will start with you once again. So how much does your career define your identity? Sorry.
I mean, actually, somebody said something to me that was really wise. He said, your career defines you, but your family gives it meaning. And I think that's actually a really wise way to look at things, is like we spend a lot of our time hustling, working, building a career, building a name, a reputation. And that's how the world sees us on the outside. But it's really the people you love, that you care about, that actually end up giving that meaning, you know, like, because you share that with them, and you know, they see your hard work, or they appreciate your hard work because it's providing something for them. And so for me, I think the career is actually really important, especially in dating, because also, frankly, I don't think in this day and age, girls want to date a guy who's not trying, who's not like, doesn't have their stuff together, or doesn't have their own ambitions or whatnot. I feel like your career is a way for you to define your purpose in life, and dating is about being aligned in purpose and vision. And so like people will look at your career and kind of like, not that you have to have the same career or anything, but I'm just saying, like, I think it's important to my identity for sure.
Yeah, I think this is the first question actually on the dates that people asking, and that's completely normal. What are you doing in life, you know? And that cannot not define you. Okay, Ginger Girl, next question to you. And guys, whoever watching us, please repost this live stream, because that's how you can participate in our giveaway today. We give away $50 in EVA tokens, so don't be greedy on reposting, commenting, and everything. That's how we will choose winner at the end, so please be active. So, Ginger Girl, that's interesting question to you. Would you date with someone less ambitious than you?
No.
Okay, explain.
No, you know what? It's there's a formula that I've like kind of developed in my brain, that a lot of people say that, oh, in order to like build a like great relationship, it's like, you know, you have to be the one together. So it's like mathematically be like 0.5 plus 0.5 equals 1. Where actually I believe that 1 plus 1 equals 1, because you can't really measure love in maths anyways. And the kind of the middle where you meet is like in a Venn diagram, you meet in the middle, right? So you have to be fulfilled in your work life, and therefore it's really important to be with someone who can constantly motivate you. I've actually been in a relationship where the other person, you know, is not ambitious, has nothing to do with them, with their life, and you constantly like, you're doing something, you're like working, and like you have so many like ideas, and you're kind of constantly like motivating this person, so you're giving this person away energy that they just take but don't actually use it to any good, and therefore it's like going minus, 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 minus. And actually one of the reasons why we broke up, I would say the biggest one, is this person eventually was starting to like nag me on the fact that I was working too much. And it was like, you know what, this is too much, you don't spend so much time. And then, you know, I've dated people that are very ambitious and that are constantly working, and let's be honest, nothing is hotter than a man that says, sorry baby, I'm working. So I think it's really important that you both are ambitious and you both have like goals that you want to get to, and it's motivating. And at the end of the day, personally, I want to be with someone who's constantly motivating me. So it's not about the money, it's about the ambition.
Yeah,
so even if it's someone who just like started a startup and, you know, is like just like working through it, it's still very inspiring to me.
Yeah, even, you know, I one of my favorite quotes is 1 plus 1, it's 11. It's like even more than 2. It's when you creating, like, you becoming something even more, you know. So it's
well, let's go full sun. Let's say infinity.
Yeah. But by the way, Gijo, next question to you, and it's related to this question and Ginger Girl answer. Would you be like sad if your partner, like woman, right? Doesn't matter. Okay, why I said woman? Sorry if so. I don't know. Oh my God, I'm making it worse.
Don't worry, we're not politically correct here. We're just talking, so it's all good.
If your partner more successful than you, and it's like visibly more successful and ambitious than you, would you be happy with it?
Yeah, surely, a lot. So I could also have much time to do my stuff and my business, because we have much money in our house. So it's better for both, because I can invest better my time in my business. It's perfect. I don't care.
I
really
know.
don't care.
a lot of guys in our Azuki community, they wish to meet
You know,
this
we
sugar
were
mommy
talking.
Asian.
And yesterday I was talking about that with my partner because
Mhm.
she's not too ambitious, and I was like, no, you have to, because now her boss, she's going out, and I was like, you're the perfect person for the place, and she was like, no, you know what, I'm good where I am. Why? If for me, I really can't understand. I love her, she's amazing, but this I don't understand.
Hmm.
Sounds like you're
But
comfortable with your manhood.
yeah.
I hope she doesn't watch the stream.
I grew up with a
She's like
family all
putting a
girl.
pitch deck together.
I am between two sisters. I grew up with two sisters and one mother. My father was always away for job for work, so I'm really confident. It's the only way I can grow up in this environment.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to also moderate the chat and everything. Guys, don't forget to share the live stream if you're watching us again for a giveaway. And AC, thank you so much for all your comments. Unfortunately, I have like such a bad attention span, so I can't read people all the time offended that I can't answer to them if I'm in spaces or something like that, but it's because I can't focus. Anyway, Mahita, my question to you is, were it like a thing for you that you broke up someday with a guy because you worked too much and you put your career on the first place? Or could you break up because of that?
So I need to tell you one story. I am coming from very traumatic environment as a kid, lots of trauma. And I always had to be very independent because that was my condition in life, So I started work when I was 14. That I just had to. And then I got really ambitious, and always knew it. I really want something more from life. And when I have severe ADHD. When you have a severe ADHD, you need to keep your mind busy. So you will keep yourself away from procrastination and like all the depression and all the things that ADHD people are actually suffering with. And for me, it was to the scale I had really really, how I would say it, to say it nicely, I was in a dark place. Okay, I'm gonna say that. And then I discovered that the best way for me to grow and be ambitious is just like keep working, keep working on myself, keep working on business, on all the ventures I have in mind. Not to just like think about them, just do it. This is what you have to do when you have ADHD. Just do it, because once you just start to think and move things around, then you just get a little bit like into mood of procrastination, and you don't really want that. And I developed the skill set of myself to say no to my ADHD when it kicked in the hardest. So I started to date guys. I don't know why. I started to attract guys who were like less ambitious than me. And it was my problem. And then I got really frustrated because, as you said, there's no time for them because I was always overperforming them. And then I was single for a little bit, working on myself, trying to develop more skill set. And then I met a guy who kind of tricked me a little bit with how ambitious he is and how his life is doing. And we start to date. I fall in love. And 3 months after, I start to see the red flags. But I was already hooked in. When girls are hooked in, we're full port.
It's called Tinder Swindler.
Yes, exactly. And I was like, and I was like, interesting. And then he started to borrow money from me, and I was like,
Oh,
damn, that's not good. That's not good.
Classic.
But I kind of I was looking for excuses for him he's on his way to be successful. He has this profession, like being a music producer and DJ, okay? But you need to be really outstanding to be where everyone else is. Like John Samuel and stuff like that. You really need to be outstanding. And he picked really like niche of genre music, which wasn't really attractive to me. I always laughed that I broke up with him because I didn't like his music, but that's not the truth. I just didn't like the way he just always gaslighted me when I asked him what for the future plan. Because like, I don't want to be with someone who has no plan, who goes always with the flow. Like I do that too. But you need to have, as a couple, goals together. Not just like, oh, let's see what's gonna happen. We'll go with the flow, blah 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 blah. And then you're just like, okay. Then we start to do the long distance relationship because he had to go back to his own country, to Canada, because he couldn't live in Asia anymore, because I'm living in Asia, because he couldn't afford it. And I was like, okay. So I gave one more year of my life to this man, waiting for him to.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so stupid. Never do that, guys.
Oh
Ever
my
again.
God.
And
Girl,
I
I think we dated the same guy.
was,
DJ with a horrible taste in music.
girl,
Same
that's why
boat.
maybe he didn't want to fly over, because I was like, I cannot fly. And I'm like, well, you cannot fly. Like you're genuinely like, you know, exactly. Don't fall in love with the potential. Fuck yeah, that's my agenda for life. Never ever potential. It has to be already developed, because I am already like, I need to be with someone who's at least at the same level.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna bring in people up anymore. I did it my entire life. I was like I wasn't the sugar mama, but kind of. You know, now I'm like, I kind of shifted. I developed like a little bit of like a plan for myself. I'm like, okay, girl, you need to be different to attract different. And I understood that we women, we should be spoiled. And now life is good. I'm not gonna lie. But you need to understand that, because like I do believe in the feminine and male energy. If you are having too much of male energy, you're always going to be attracting pussies. You know, you need to reverse. You need to be in your feminine to attract like the masculine men. And I didn't believe that. I thought it's some bullshit. And now I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And I shifted it. I kind of understood. I was like, okay, we bring both things to the table, but I'm not going to show you that I am doing better than you, because you're going to take advantage of me. So, you know, it's a game. It's always going to be a game, guys. That's the truth, in my opinion.
But that's so hard to pretend that you are not powerful, you know, to hide your ambitions and
You know,
everything. I
it's
don't
not
know.
even that, but you know, you just need, I'm not saying even like, I'm not talking about the finances or work, but like, if you go to groceries and you get a jar and just pretend you cannot open it, you know, it's easy. Like, just, you know, so,
I have a problem with it. I have a problem with it as well. You know, I can't. You know, but I love the quote also about, you know, no one saying like, you know, if they see in shark, oh, it's a girl shark. Don't worry, because like girls are powerful, the same as men, and dangerous and everything. So why we need to
dangerous.
pretend that we're, you know, weak to, you know, attract what guy who like weak girls or something like that? I don't know, but it's complicated for me too.
Yes.
I didn't
I
figure
think
out.
men like are not stupid and they understand the fact that we can like open the jar ourselves, but it's like more of like they just want to be useful.
I don't know.
Like,
This is it. That's what it
That's
is.
a controversial opinion. Men are not
You know, she's like, okay, she's so powerful. She does this, and that. Why does she need me? And then you know what? It start to be a competition. You don't want to
Yeah,
have a
competition.
competition relationship. You want to have collaboration. So you need to find a man who kind of understand that. He needs to be here. And now, as I told you, everyone's like ego, finances, looks, social media, options. No one has this. No one is mature anymore. Like with the self awareness, you know. And this is where the competition starts. Once the competition starts in relationship, the relationship is over.
Mm.
That's the truth. And that's what happened to me. And I know that for a fact, because like you analyze your life, you're losing your time for someone. You need to analyze it so you can avoid it in the future for yourself, to protect yourself, you know? So I'm not talking as a trauma bonding, it's talking as a personal development. And also time is the only currency we're not gonna get it back, guys. You know? When you're
so
20,
don't date insecure
20,
men.
you're like, oh, there you go, 2 years of my life. Ah. And then you're 30, you're like, fuck, actually, you know what? I really want to have something solid. But yeah. Yeah.
I think just to add to your point about like, you know, complementing what the masculine needs and what the feminine needs. Like as women, we know we're beautiful, we know we're smart, but we want to hear it, right? So that's what the masculine, they know we can open the jar. We still go to them for it. It's just like a complimenting thing. Like we
It's
give
very
each other
true.
what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
It's a love
that's a
language, you
great
know? We need to preach
Like
more
there's-
love language.
There's this quote: "If you want an angel, make a heaven for her." So
take.
I
Goes
agree.
both
Oh my
ways.
God. I love this
Period.
quote. I'm going to tattoo it somewhere because I manifest everything with my tattoos. I just randomly put the quotes and suddenly everything is happening. So, yes.
I'm so agree with you, but I like, I don't know, maybe I am, choosing the wrong guys as well. But with all my girlfriends, we creating such a good experience for each other. We're not meeting just to talk. We're creating experiences for each other. We're giving each other expensive gifts and everything. Have you meet a man who do this? No, they all like, for some reason they can't do the same. I don't know, but we have this with girls, and I think like we raise the bar so much for a man by being these type of guys for each other. So it's really hard. Yeah.
I think
Anyway,
it's because it's a power play.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what it is? That's what I'm saying. Like my best friend, he's gay. He spoiled me so much, and I'm like, how I'm gonna find a man who can spoil me like my best friend? you know, because
absolutely.
the way he. And I'm not talking about gifts or but like when I'm sick, he said he's gonna send me a bowl of ramen on Uber and shit like that. It's just the little things.
We walked with my girl recently, and I saw, street seller who like selling the roses, and I'm like, oh wait, and I bought a rose for her, and she like, oh, come on for me. So it's about small stuff like this, just attention and everything. Okay, let's pass mic to Faye, and the question is about success. How you define success outside of money? What is it for you?
Okay. Firstly, I want to say happy girlfriend day to everyone here, like all the girls in here,
Yeah,
all
today's a
my
girl
single girls
day.
in here. Happy girlfriend day. I appreciate you guys. How do I define success, but not monetarily? I think just tracking back and seeing like if you've actually got 1% better each day doing something consistently, that automatically counts as success. Even on days where you just, wake up and you don't feel like doing something and you still go ahead and do it, that's success. Like success can look so different for everyone, but I feel like it's defined most in moments where you're just not feeling up to it. You're having a lot of self obstacles, like your own belief systems against you, and you're fighting through that, and you make it out the other end. I feel like that's success.
That's beautiful to say. Okay. I feel like, girls, you are the best. For real, we have like, so much in common. Okay. Then we go to the next part, and you need to answer yes or no on the takes that I have here. So, Star Lordy, at first, my question to you, and let's skip to the most interesting one because we lost a GR somehow. Wait, let me check. Yes, he's not
He
here.
said he's trying to find Wi-Fi, but I say he could come back next week if I think he got the time mixed up, so he thought he was going to be
Okay.
in his house at the time that we were streaming. So
Okay. So, sex without emotions and love, yes or no?
This is probably me personally. In the beginning, I think like I didn't care, because especially when you're like a younger guy, it's like you just want it, right? But I kind of noticed like it was making me depressed, like because what I realized is like the hookup culture, it's like you're only meeting people on a surface level like over and over again, and you never actually know who they really are. And then the more that I started thinking of sex as like more of a sacred thing, like it started making me way more conscious about like who am I actually sharing my energy with, like what am I actually getting out of it in the long term. And then I also realized like with my last relationship, it's like we were together for years, and like it was really rewarding for me because I got to watch her grow and evolve as a person, like become more confident, like become more like leveling up in her work and stuff. And I realized like, oh, like this reward of being her partner on this journey is like you can't shortcut it. Like you have to go through the time to experience it to be able to look back. And I think that makes the intimacy more rewarding, And so I kind of realized like, oh, like there is no sex without emotions. Like you could feel it like that in the moment, and maybe for some people it isn't, but I think for romantics or people who care, like it's either giving you something or it's taking away in the long term. So I think I think actually now it's really hard for me to see it without that lens, you know?
Can I ask an additional question? I read
Yeah.
it somewhere that when men have sex, they lose emotions, and when women have sex, they actually gain emotions.
I think that's kind of true. I think so. Yeah, definitely. That's where I think for me at least, for the guys, like if we don't have a pre-existing emotional intimacy or connection with each other, then after the sex, like yeah, you kind of lose the energy or the emotion out of it because it's like you don't even know who the person is. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't really know who they are. So it's like, what are you actually getting out of it other than physical pleasure? Like emotionally, it's like you're going to be much happier if you also understand who they are, what makes them happy, like what their fears are, what their dreams are, and you're kind of part of that journey. You know, I think that in that case, it doesn't go away, and I think it actually increases.
Interesting.
Is someone disagree maybe with Star-Lord and think like sex without love existing and it's normal?
I've
I think
done
it
it for a
exists.
while.
It's,
Yes.
yeah.
We're
But-
living in an era of lustful devils, baby. That's the truth.
Yeah.
You
For
know,
me, for example, sorry.
go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go.
My take is, okay, I'm gonna be super honest. I am very locked in on energy, and I do believe women, we are gaining trauma from men. I do believe that they share their emotions and trauma, and they trauma dump on us within, you know, the energy exchange, and it's real. This is like it's proven. I know it from my own self. Like when you love a man who's like very hurt and like very traumatized, you're gonna amplify this energy, and this energy gonna come to you. Like I was young and stupid. I'm not gonna say I never had like one night stand. I did, and I felt horrible, and I would not recommend. So if you are watching it and you never had to like one night stand, don't do it. It's not worth it. You're not even gonna know, and then you're gonna be like thinking, "Oh shit, I need to go and check myself." And you pay $200 for a night, so you think you're actually paying for sex, you know?
Happy girlfriend day.
That's fucking scary. But you know, like to the viewers, do whatever you want.
Actually, my own experience, my own, you know, like if you like it, just do it. Like you do you, you know. I'm just saying. From my
Yeah, I
perspective,
agree.
everyone
I think
Have
there's
protected
people.
sex.
Yes, be safe. I think definitely there's different types of people, and there are people who are totally fine with it. It doesn't affect them at all. It's probably more like you just have to be honest with yourself, right? Like, how do you actually feel afterwards? Like for me, I thought as a guy, like I shouldn't care, you know? So like even like when I started noticing, like, oh, how come I feel depressed? I'm like, oh, maybe I'm like something's wrong with me. And then I realized like, oh, I'm just not that kind of person, you know, whether I like it or not. And so I think, you know, but yeah, and also like when you're young and you're just figuring out the world, it's just like a new experience, you know, it's just something to learn from. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, next question to Ginger Girl. Should I call you Ginger Girl or somehow else?
It's I mean it's just the nickname. You can call me Evie if it's easier,
I
but we
don't
already have
want
the
to get
name.
excused.
Oh, you even have like name that suit the show. That's interesting. Okay,
Yeah, very similar. That's why I'm like whatever, it's whatever works.
okay. The question is true love. It's always, you know, like with jealousy. You can't escape jealousy with if you truly love someone.
I disagree. Actually, I think rarely people really experience true love. And I think that oftentimes people mix up true love with lust. Because when you have like lust, usually we're scared to lose the other person because we don't feel the confidence in the relationship. And that means it's not true love, or maybe it's one-sided. When you actually experience true love, which again, it's very rare, and a lot of people don't experience that, like live their whole lives and they never get the chance to experience that. You feel so confident in that person, you just know they're never going to hurt you. And it's actually like that's why for a lot of people it's really hard to believe it. I've been in situations where I thought I was in love, and then when I realized what true love really is, I realized I was never really in love. So it's like, yeah, I think like jealousy and toxicity and all of those things come with lack of trust. And it's just, you're just scared to lose that person, really means you just like, you're not fully in there. It's like
Yeah.
surface level.
Or maybe you have trauma from somebody else, and so you're very sensitive
True,
to their
true.
behavior.
Exactly. Or and then that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been hurt in the past, then you're like, oh, how do I open up to this person? How do I actually, get to trust this person? But it comes with learning, and when you
Mhm.
realize, it's like babies. Like, I saw this video of like babies like with playing with snakes. Like they just put like a bunch of snakes with babies, and they didn't like care. They would just like take them and like play with them. It's because they don't know that they're like bad for you and they could
Right,
hurt you.
right.
When we are like, oh my god, snakes. And it's just like,
Mhm.
sometimes you meet a couple of guys, they're a couple of snakes. Sometimes you meet a couple of girls, they're a couple of snakes. And then you just need to like go back to the fact that you realize that some snakes are not poisonous.
I agree with you, and also, I feel like we're jealous when we depend from the partner. It's like when you're a kid and you're really afraid of that your parents will die. It actually happens because you are like dependent from them. You can't survive without them. But I'm super jealous person to even my friends, and that's another issue I'm fighting. Because even like with we met with a guy. He's a deaf. I want him to work together on my project, and he's like really talented guy. And I'm so afraid like everyone will see that he's talented. So I'm trying to hide him now. Like, no, don't show me that you're talented. But it's like I'm jealous to all my friends because they're all genius, and I'm like I can't. Just another thing. I don't know. I'm super jealous person, like highly jealous. Uh, yeah,
I love the honesty. I love the
yeah.
honesty.
Oh my God. Okay, Gigi, a question to you. Can you love two people at the same time? True love.
Ooh.
No,
Mm.
not me. I can't. For me, when I start feeling about someone else, for me, it's the sign that it's the story that I'm in, it's done.
Mm.
For me, it was always like that. It was a signal that my story doesn't mean anything to that day. For example, the example that I was saying earlier with this ex 20 years ago, and she found another guy, and I was fine with that because she had her signal. She found another one. She didn't love me. I think that love, it's really difficult to define, but it's huge and infinite maybe, and I can give it just to one person. So I can split myself to give the amount of love she deserves to two person. It's already difficult to live to live my life with her, to her expectance, and for what I think she deserves. So how can I do the same for you guys? I don't have the time for live. Then no. For me, it's possible. For me, it's just
Somehow,
impossible to think
a
about
lot
it.
a lot of married men finding time, energy for
But I have
lovers
some friend that
every time. Like,
I have some friend like this.
I
That
can be
how do
happy.
you can live like this with two phone, two numbers? You have to.
Ashley
It's
Madison
It's not
calling.
live, guys. It's not live.
Do they really love them though? Because we're talking about true love, right? Like, is it just more of like they want attention and companionship from multiple
Yes.
people and intimacy as opposed to truly loving two people? Like,
I think we're touching kind of like being a monogamy relationship and like different kind of, because I have a friend who loves one woman, but he's involved with many women, and she's okay with that. His woman is okay with that. But I feel like for me, I don't know, like I have love for everyone. Like I don't have hate within me because it's a low vibration. I work on my vibration. I want to manifest my shit in my life, and I have so much love for everyone. But if I am romantically involved with someone, I genuinely my entire time, my entire my thoughts are only about that person. I cannot entertain another person. I just cannot, because it doesn't. I'm authentic to myself, and I just cannot. If I like someone, if I start to love them, I'm just like hooked, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. Like at first, guys, please repost the live stream. That's how you participate in giveaway of $50 in EVA tokens. So don't forget to do this. But when I was younger, like in school, I all the time loved only two guys at the same time, and I was truly loved them, like truly loved them. So I don't know, maybe like something wrong with me, but it's
The question is, who are you jealous more about?
I don't
Not guy
remember.
number one or guy number two.
It's like you listen in like Linkin Park and you love Chester and also you like Mike Shinoda and you cannot choose because they're so different and both are so cool.
And that's a sexual attraction, I think. That's not the love, baby. We can be sexually attracted to lots of people, believe me, but the love is love, guys, you know? Like there's so many attractive people. I told you, you go to Bali, you're gonna be like you're gonna break your neck. I'm not even messing. You know?
But this is also a signal of true love when you stop doing that. So when you start to know something, okay, you continue to look around. You know what? Not bad. When you when you stop doing that, and you don't see them.
That's what I'm saying. One person become everything because you don't care about them.
And then you know that's when you are in love. For me.
Hi, Neptune girl. Yeah. Guys, what an amazing conversation. Mahita, next question to you. That's interesting. Do you think like in relationship, one loving each like another more, always more, someone love someone more?
Black cat, golden retriever. That's it. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say. If you love to, you always, that's unfortunately because it happens with me, you know? When I was loving too much, I was always the one who got hurt. When I was the one who, I wouldn't say it's less, but there's always someone who will put more effort. That's the truth. And I'm not telling you guys do not put effort, but also have your own personality and also have your own life. Because once you start to give up your life for another person, they're not going to appreciate you anymore. So I've noticed that you really need to keep yourself for yourself. So this person can still like love you and be attracted to you. And that's what I find. It is what it is, you know. The one.
I'm curious what you think. I heard a lot that for a relationship to succeed, the guy has to love the girl more than the girl.
I heard that too.
Yeah. Is it because guys are just cheating bastards, so they have to love the hell out of the girl for them to not look around?
That's what I'm saying. And I'm just like, and I'm not saying you love them less, or it's like
but the effort.
But the effort, and you know, girls, like if there's girls watching it, girls, you always need to keep your life and your lifestyle. You cannot give 100%. Like you cannot give up on yourself because of a guy. Do your stuff. If you have hobbies, never resign from your hobbies. Don't ever change, because this is the time when they start to like, okay, she's like giving me everything. You know, you need to have your own personality to keep this attraction going within your relationship. That's why a guy has to love you more, in my opinion. You have to love yourself more, girls. And this is how they love you more, because they're like, oh, she's a bad bitch. I want her. I want her wife. You know,
but it's also a process sometimes because it changes over times. Because, for example, with my actual partner, the mother of my son, at the beginning, I was really afraid because I was thinking that she was too much into it at the beginning.
Too much what?
When into the story, she was too soon falling in love, and I was really scared about this because I don't feel the same vibe at the beginning. And then when I start to understand that I was in love, me too, and I start seeing her a little more distance, and I was like, oh no, now it's the other way around. Now it's me that I'm pushing hard, and she's going away. And then with the time, we just align. But it's a process that it takes a lot of time, and it's a game of balance. And I don't think that there is the right answer. I think that there is the right piece of puzzle that you will find. But sometimes it's not really about, it's about timing, because you
really
can
interesting.
Also find the really good person. For example, also with my partner, I met her, we go out for a date, and then the second date was a year later because it was not the right
Oh my
time
God.
for both.
Wow.
For both,
Wow.
I had some problem at work. She had some problem family, so it was not the right time. See you in the next year, and it was fine.
I got a quick question,
Yeah, sorry.
if that's okay. Do you feel like it changed once you had the kid? Like, when did the dynamics start
No.
balancing? It was even
Nothing
before
changed.
that.
No,
It was even before that.
Before.
Okay.
Way
Sorry,
before.
Evie, you were gonna say something?
The child
I
is
just wanted to
just
say,
cemented.
I want to say, like, I hate playing games, okay? Like, but there's a pattern, let's be honest, and it's always been the cat and the mouse game. And what I've seen, like, in my past is, like, whenever I really liked a guy and I started, like, really chasing him, I would never get the guy. Whenever I was like, whatever, like other people, they always would chase me, and I would always end up in like a longer kind of like dating, whatever relationship you want to call it. And it's just how the world works. So actually, I've done it on purpose in my past. Is like when I actually like a guy and I want to like continue dating him, I would like ignore him on purpose, and it always worked out.
We're learning the secrets of women here, guys.
Oh.
Chase more. No, I'm kidding.
We attracting, we're not chasing.
Ooh,
It's not
yeah.
that it has to be such a game, though. Like, can't it be so simple? Can't you just say what's in your mind and like let it be for that? But nope.
Well, if you have mature people, if you're dating mature people, but
I
We're in
agree.
Bali.
we like
We're all in
Yeah.
Bali.
You know what? I do agree that I've been in situations where if both people are not the type to play games, they just don't play games. When they meet each other, just like, hey, I like you. Oh, you like me? I like you. Cool. Let's go for it. And they just
Yeah.
don't play that game, you know? But then everybody else, like, when they don't have that equal attitude, like, you kind of have to be at least aware of the psychology of the game a little bit so you can kind of make adjustments, you know? Like for instance, like if you meet someone and they're like I'm the type of person I text back pretty quickly regardless of who it is, you know what I mean? Because I don't care. But then like if I meet someone and I notice like, oh, they're like clearly trying not to text me back like until the end of the day or waiting whatever so they look cool, then I'm like, all right, I guess I'm gonna do the same thing, you know?
Actually, a really good point, like Mojito said, like in the beginning of this like stream, she said like just be busy, like just focus on yourself, and that's like the best part of the ignoring segment is you don't do it on purpose to ignore the guy. You're just busy. You're not
That's
like,
good.
oh, I'm not gonna text
Yeah.
you back, or I'm gonna play the game. I'm not gonna answer you for 12 hours because you.
100%.
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's
just
not
like
like
be
that.
busy.
You just
Be
need
busy.
to have,
Do
you
your
just
own
need to have
life,
your life.
and if he wants to reach
Yeah.
out, he'll reach out. And one thing I would never like play is like I'll answer you like 4 hours later. If I see a text message, I will answer it. Like it's like not like that.
I don't know. When I fell in love, like all my statistics, all my work ruined because I'm starting to become crazy. Like literally,
I
from
love
one
dogs.
other side, I have like this avoidance attachment, So I'm starting like, no way, no way. Like I'm starting to push this person. From another side, I'm like, oh my god, can we be together? Like I'm doing all these tarot predictions for myself and everything, but in reality I'm push person. So all my world going crazy, and like literally all my work stop, like everything is stopping, and I'm just becoming crazy person. Then I, turn back and I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, what the fuck? So I don't know. That just
I think it's gonna come to you with a little bit of time because you're very young, and I feel like we all been like that a little bit. I think once you kind of start to like, we all grow up, and everyone grow up on a different with a different age as well, And I feel like once you start to understand that, I feel like this is where where all the good things come, and you kind of like will be in peace with yourself, So you can chill out. You don't have to go crazy. You can go with your life, do your work and
100%.
stuff, and that person's still going to be there, And you're going to have nice conversations, nice dating. It is possible, But I feel like when I was a little bit younger, I was like this too, Because we want something so bad, and you just get obsessed with that, But I think it's just, just the time.
Yeah, that's why I decided to stop and all my fell in love to make my mental health stable, and then I will decide what to do. Okay, Faye.
No, then you don't even have to decide, because when you're going to be okay with yourself and you're going to be at peace,
Yeah.
because this is what we want. The goal in life is to be at peace.
The thing is, you
You
all
don't
the
want to be
time
on
you're
the
thinking that you're at peace before you meeting someone, and then you're going crazy again. Okay, let me pass mic to Faye. Faye, dear, how can you forgive the betrayal and continue relationship with the person and be okay?
No, that's not me. That's not me.
I can see it. Yeah, it's not you.
I think this
She's
is
gonna
my.
beat the shit out of
Sorry,
them.
what?
You look like a girl who would beat
Yeah.
the shit out of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like a bestie of every girl, that won't let you to meet this guy if he
I was
betrays
like,
you.
don't try that shit. Nuh-uh. But yeah, my first ever serious relationship, I did get cheated on. And that like really changed the whole perception of love and relationships for me, because it was like, if you're saying if we're not being honest here, what's the point even? Like, if there is no honesty, if there's no trust, what's the point of being in a relationship? Obviously, I thought about keying his car, but I didn't. I'm too mature.
Shut
You know
up.
what I did? You know what I did?
What?
6 months later, I broke his engagement.
How?
I
Oh
told
my
the girl.
god.
Okay,
What?
so he pretended to be this really religious guy, and like to this other girl, he pretended like, he's never been intimate, he's never had a first kiss,
What the
blah, blah,
fuck?
blah. And so this girl was in Delulu land thinking like, oh my God, I'm getting engaged to such a good guy. And like she's posting about him and everything. And then I'm seeing online as well, like, first of all, never posting a relationship ever again, because they will embarrass the shit out of you. Anyways, so this girl's posting up with him, and I was like, man, I don't want to see another girl go through what I went through, because I didn't just go through the betrayal. I went through the manipulation, the narcissistic behavior, everything. And I'm like, she's going through it too. Like, I can see it. The patterns are so evident. So then I have a conversation with her, and she was like sobbing. She was so heartbroken. And she's like, just last night I prayed to God to give me a sign if he's the one for me. And you were that sign. Like, you just showed me so much. And I was like, I'm just glad I could help, dude. I just don't want anyone else going through it. She's like, you saved my life. And I'm like,
I actually just
Yeah.
got goosebumps.
it's crazy to say
I
like
know
that's an
this
actual
story.
story, but it's hilarious. Like, recently he started hitting up my friend too and started talking shit about me again. I'm like, it's funny. I'm still the talk of the town for you. But
Yeah, somebody like that's gonna keep bringing their own karma to them, I feel, just by the way that they're acting.
yeah. So yeah, betrayal is a no for me. Like, if there is something you can't say to your partner that you're up to or you're doing, then I don't think you should be in a relationship anyways.
Is someone disagree here and you think like if person betrayed you, you can still date with them?
I can
Actually-
forgive, but not dating.
Depends
I
on the
forgive, but then
situation.
it's over.
You know what? I actually looked this up because that did happen to me in the past, and actually 50% of long-term relationships where there's a betrayal end up staying together in the long term. The thing is that it requires an incredible amount of communication and new boundaries, and so it is possible, but I feel like in this day and age, everybody's so unfaithful anyways that it's like you don't have a lot of trust that the type of person who's going to betray you will like change, because
But
like
think about sorry to cut you off, but think about the reason why people betray someone as well. It's because one of their needs is unmet. And if they can't even gather themselves to go through those tough conversations of like, hey, this is what I'm not getting from you right now, and this is what I feel like we can work on. If they can't have that conversation, I don't think they can have the conversation of the consequences of the betrayal. That's
it's
just
true.
my-
That's why it's very difficult. Actually, I'll tell you real quick a stat that was really kind of horrifying. So they did like this 10, 15-year study on faithfulness and cheating. And they found that for women, usually when they cheat, it's because they've been neglected or abused or ignored, or like in general, they have to like reach a threshold where they get pushed to it. But they found for men, the number one indicator of likeliness to cheat was literally just the level of access that they have to women. It has nothing to do with their situation or emotions or whatever. It's like, that's why like men in specific job roles have incredibly high cheating rates, right? Like if they're famous, if they're athletes, if they're
Nurses.
DJs, or if they're nurses, well, yeah, pilots, and so it had nothing to do with that sort of stuff, and to me that says a lot about you know.
But that makes so much sense, because if we look
Yeah.
from like biology's perspective,
Yeah.
men are on this planet to plant the seed,
Yes.
and continue the humanity. For women, we're just supposed to have that one seed to make a child. We don't have this like mindset like from like the very old times, like to distribute. It's just like it's like in men's like mind, like you can't change. It's like biological.
I
have an
agree.
argument
I tell
against
you-
that.
I tell you one thing, because you mentioned that about like depends what kind of industry. I want to tell you one thing, that I'm working with an entertainment industry, and things I've seen, and I'm not talking only about men, because we always say, oh, men, but the things I'm seeing from my perspective. For example, we went to eat Cannes, and we had like people from like very wealthy people. We were accommodating them. We brought them to the nightclub. Obviously, Dom Perignon goes like 20 bottles, so the table's like $40,000. And then you see a bunch, and beautiful girls, 10, 20 girls jumping on the table. And I just stood there and I was like, girls, like we're not paying for you. But this is the problem. Like the thing is that it's just so accessible, because now it's a different world, and it's very scary and sad, because I wasn't very aware of this kind of situation, and dating a DJ and see what is happening in the nightclubs, how girls just want to be at the table for alcohol and for just to show that they were behind the DJ booth, or like with the people they drinking Dom Perignon just to show off on social media, and then they go with this man after, which is very scary to me and very sad. But the access we're talking about, how easy is cheated for, especially for men, because they have access, and they have access to stunning women.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
is
know.
pretty scary,
In my experience, I knew more women who cheated on guys than men who cheated, to be honest. And
That
Really?
you know. That you
yeah,
know.
Well, it's supposedly 50-50 now, like the cheating. So I think
and it
my
was uh-huh.
it used to not
We
be.
live
It
in a
used to be
fucked up world.
Yeah. Well, my perception is a couple things on that is like, number one, yes, industries affect both genders. Like for instance, in LA, one of the reasons why I don't live there is like, it's just like an industry where everybody kind of follows the same rules of like not caring about that sort of stuff. But then I did notice that the dating apps and the hookup culture changed a lot of the overall perception and behavior of women as well, because it's like, I think, and this is just my opinion, so I'm happy to hear opinions, but it's like, I think in the beginning it was kind of like self-empowerment, like, hey, if guys are going to do what they want, I'm going to do what I want, right? But then I think the challenge is like, doing what guys do doesn't make you better than them. It doesn't actually reward you in the same way that guys, I think it actually ends up hurting women more, because it's like not actually how most of them are built. But now that there's no rules, and I feel like people just are more self-centered, they just want to get what they want, and that's what leads to more cheating and stuff, because it's not just about gender dynamic, it's more about their so I don't know, that's just kind of my perception on that.
Well,
Curious what
there's
you
a
guys think.
saying, hurt people.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ginger girl, you said that in some cases you could forgive betrayal. What the cases?
No, I didn't say that. I was like, Personally, I don't feel like I can comment on the situation because, first of all, I've never cheated on anyone and I've never been cheated on, not that I know of.
You're lucky.
Yeah. So I don't feel like I have. So
Very
it's
lucky.
like imagining something I've never seen in my life. So I can't really like speak upon that. But I just like let's just hope I never end up in a situation like that, so I never have to think about it.
Yeah.
But you know what I've noticed? Lots of men actually right now. Elliot Weiss, for example, he's a very good friend of mine. He's pretty popular. He's an influencer who preach monogamy and one partner and one wife, and how bad it is. He would never go into business with the man who cheated
Mm.
on his wife, because if you cheat on your wife, that means you can cheat on your
Yeah,
business
yeah.
partner. And I
Yeah.
go like that too. If I open business with any of my friends, and if I would see this cheating on their partners, I would not want that, because I know it's going to bite my
Yeah.
ass, because they're going to do probably the same thing to me, you know, especially about money. Money is a,
Absolutely
you know,
agree.
so you're just kind of like, okay, that's the values you're going by. I don't want to have a business
Mm.
with you.
Absolutely agree with you, because if they can betray the most closest person to them, what's about you? So yeah, I agree with you. Okay, guys, next part is like we're all so good here on the live stream, like
Yeah, right.
let's talk about how you fucked up your relationship or your date that it never was like second date.
Oh my god.
Elodie, why are you laughing? You first. Let's go.
That's funny. Wait, how did I fuck up? I mean, there's which one do I choose? I think I could say in general, when I was younger and more inexperienced, I didn't understand how to put myself into somebody else's shoes. So like if I was being insensitive, especially it would always be around work because I was like a workaholic. So like if somebody like wants to spend time with me and then I'm like, I'm fucking busy, you know, like I'd be like angry about them trying to like get my attention, and then that would hurt their feelings. And then finally I realized like, you know what, there's just different type of people out there. Like this girl wants a 9-to-5 job. She wants somebody who's just going to be there stable, like, and not talk, like not be working at the dinner table and stuff like that. And I realized that's totally fair. Like that's what she wants. She deserves that. She probably has to find somebody else to do that, but I have to also be honest with her and not blame her like as if she's like in my way or something like that. You know, I think it was a very selfish perspective, and I kind of took that selfish perspective into every relationship. Like, you know, like, oh, I'm the one who's going to be making all the money, so you got to get out of my way, right? Like, and then I realized like, oh, that's not a good partnership. That's probably why, you know, there's problems. So I think it's more about emotional intelligence. It's just like actually being able to empathize with someone's perspective, even if it's not your own perspective, you know? So that was probably the most common theme. Other than that, I don't know, just maybe just not being self-aware enough is probably the way I would put it.
But was it even like, some event, some specific event maybe? Come on, tell us spicy.
No, I'm just trying to think. I'm
Don't try to look good.
I'm such a perfect dater now. I have no I'm kidding. I know it has been a long time. La 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 la. I'm trying to think of something embarrassing. One time there was a girl that I was going on a first date, and then I suggested we go to Burger King.
That's cool.
Thank you. See, that's what I thought. I thought it was like, you know, and the funny, well, that was the funny thing is one girl, I said that to a girl, and then she was like, oh no, like she was like just totally broke it off. Like, I can't believe you would even suggest that, you know? And then that's when I realized like, oh, maybe
she wanted McDonald's.
Yeah, that's the thing. I agree.
Well, I realized like I should probably read the room, right? Like what type of person are they actually? Like, would they think that's funny? Like I was actually just kind of being funny at first, but then when she reacted so negatively, I was like, oh, like be careful about how I joke around about stuff. So I'll think of a better one.
Let's unpredictably pass the mic to Faye.
Ooh.
Any other engagements you broke off?
Not just one, just one. I had to do it. Come on, like it was a great like I waited it out. It was like waiting for the chart to come down type of moment, because like I could have reacted if I wanted to immediately, but I didn't. But while Ira was asking this question, like I genuinely don't think there's been a date where a person's not been wanting a second one, and I'm not even trying to boast. I'm just trying to go back, and like I haven't gone out on dates like that in the past like more than 3 years. I've been in a long-term committed relationship. So I mean, if there's something hilarious you guys want to hear about, I met this guy years ago, and we were friends, but we were trying to see if there was something there. And the reason why I didn't want to take it forward is because he said that, and he worked in aviation, mind you, he worked in aviation. And he said that while they're studying, like he was a student at the time, so this is way back, college times. And he goes like, we have to go by the assumption that the earth is flat. I'm like, you're joking. You're actually joking. And he's like, and we got into a whole debate, and I can't believe I had that whole debate with a human being, and it was crazy, but I never spoke to him after that.
I've met a guy who believes vegetables are poisonous.
Oh my God.
This one is new to me. Never heard of.
That is a new one.
When I meet a guy who, too much into meditations and everything like that, I'm really afraid that one day I will wake up and see him in this, gloves for feet, with fingers. And I imagine this all the time. I'm like, oh my God, no, okay. So I'm afraid.
I remembered another guy I dated. His conspiracy was that birds are drones.
Oh,
my
shoot.
God.
Like he genuinely believed
Where? Whoa.
There's lots of guys like that. To be
Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay, Gijo, what about you? How you fucked up dates or relationship?
I really don't. But
my
working
God,
too much.
perfect.
Working too much. No, working too much. It was the most common thing to me. I have to admit it. I almost lost my partner because the first time we go to dinner together, was talking about who we are, what we love, etc. And I presented myself, and she said that to me a month later, and I don't know why. I said something like, "You know what? I'm a stupid person," but I was trying to say that I'm a funny guy. I love to be funny. I don't love to be too serious, etc. And it was really so strange to you that you present yourself as a stupid person. You are not. And I was like,
Oh my God.
Oh,
I almost screwed it up big, but it,
She, yeah.
but it go
She
well.
thought you were serious, even though you were just being humble.
Yeah.
I
The
did
rest
actually
was
just come up with one, by the way. I just remembered one. It was a girl that I had
You
matched
took
with
to
that we were.
KFC.
No, this one is actually really funny because it's related to Web3. Is like, so we're this girl that I met, we were talking, and it was like, really good chemistry at first. And then she asked me what I do, and then I was like, oh, like I run this anime like NFT company. And she's like, oh, NFTs. And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, oh, those are bad for the environment, right? And yeah, like she hit me with that. And then I was like, oh no. And then so she starts like hammering me about that stuff. And the thing is, I was like, it was a moment where she was trying to give me an out, like, oh, but it's an anime project, right? And I was like, I realized it was a moment where like I had to choose between Web3 and this girl. And I was like, no, they're NFTs. And then I started pointing out like all the things that she does that like, is also bad for the environment. I'm like, you buy books, you're into fast fashion, like you drive a car and all this stuff. And she goes like, well, I don't think that's a proper excuse to say that, oh, because you do these other things, that it's okay that you do that. And I was like, that's not my point. My point is you're a hypocrite because you're doing all these things that are bad for the environment and you're blaming me. And then that was the end of the whole thing. She was like, no date.
Guys, sell all your NFTs. They're bad for the environment.
Yeah.
Actually,
So-
much better than real goods, you know. So it's like in digital, it's less hurt the planet. Okay, Mahit, what about you?
I don't know if I want to say it though.
Too late, babe.
So I never was on a dating app, but there was a guy who approached me in DMs, and I kind of liked him. And I was like, okay, he's kind of cute. And then we were like talking, and then we were traveling, and we were like actually in the same city. And then he texted me, he's like, oh, let's go for dinner. And I was like, okay, let's do that. And guys, I tell you one thing, you know, boys are bitching about girls being a catfishes, but I've been catfished, like proper catfish, like, you know, like when, and it's so bad because I didn't recognize that person straight away. I did something horrible. I feel so bad for it. So that person was in the bar where we met. We were like in the bar. We were supposed to go to the dinner, and then I was like, where is this guy? And he texted me, and he's like, I'm here. And and I knew it that's the person, and I was like, fuck. What I did, I just left.
It's lemon rule.
Because I feel like, what the fuck? Like, guys, that was on another level catfish, okay?
And men can
Another level
catfish too, by
I
the
was
way.
like,
It's just a stereotype that only women.
I was like, what? I was like, I don't want to. I just never reply. I ghosted him so bad. It feels so bad. But my two kids are fighting. Sorry. But I was just like, you know what? I was like, can I just get a shot of tequila? I just drank it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk out. No one can see me. Thanks God, the bar was like very like, you know, the square bar. So when that person was there, I was like managed to like leave. I'm sorry. That was a very long time ago. I would not do that. I would probably sit down with this person and be like more humble. But that was the time when I was a crazy, crazy girl. And I wasn't concerned about people's feelings that much. So yeah, that's the one I'm kind of like trying to forgive myself, bitch, for real. But yeah, I was like, what?
That's not the worst one. If they were catfishing, then, you know,
Kind of brought it on to himself.
a little bit.
Yeah, but the way I just like ghosted
Yeah,
them,
that part's a little rough. We forgive you, though.
Thank you. I feel much better.
What about Ira?
I remember I told it recently, but don't remember to who. So once I like, it's just a funny story, you know. It like we chatted with a guy, and he was really cute, and you know, you just reposting you know, something from your DMs to your girls, just telling them everything. So I made a like he sent me his photo, and he was like really good looking. So I sent this photo to my girls, and I wrote like, look with what hottie I'm talking right now. And you know, like just, you know, with a lot of like, you know, the emojis and everything. And I sent it to them, and I forgot about this. So it turned out that I reposted it on my page, and I reposted his photo on my page, and it was hanging on my page. Fuck. Look
Oh
what
no.
I'm talking. It was awful.
Did you end up going on a date?
No. We somehow stopped communicating, but it was awful. It was hanging there, and he saw this like, you know, for half an hour or something.
Oh, wow.
I think we all should be very, very, very careful with screenshots. Where you sending?
I'm double checking every time, but you know. So yeah, I reposted it. That was bad.
I have one now that I'm thinking. I was going out with this girl, and we're talking about love or something like that. And I was trying to play the game of the one that was not too involved. So I starting to say something like, you know what, I don't really believe in love like I was younger. For me, today it's impossible to say to one person that we love you forever, etc., etc. And was not true. I was completely down for her, and it was the day that she wanted to tell me that she loved me. and we broke up because she was, you know what? You don't believe in love? I do. I love you. And it was like, oh,
Yeah, I had
oh,
this
Oh,
situation
that
as well.
hurts.
oh,
That
yes.
hurts.
It was all on me. It was all on me, and I screw up big time.
Yeah.
Damn. Maybe it was not the right girl.
Yeah, but also trying to play a game that was not my game. I was
It's
trying
like you
to
got in
do,
your own way.
yeah,
Yeah. That's a good
exactly.
way to put it. Yeah.
Okay, Ginger girl, what about you?
Well, actually, I have a couple of stories. I'm gonna try to tell you this one. It's I'm gonna try to tell you it as short as possible because it's pretty long. But long story short, when I came to New York, my girlfriend, which is also my roommate, she used to date a lot. And New York's pretty small. Like sometimes you date the same guys, and we really never had. Maybe it's gonna sound like very controversial, but we never had a problem like dating the guys that the other person has dated before. Because like you know what, one woman's trash is another woman's treasure. And I remember a
my God.
situation where I swiped on a guy on a dating app, and I was like showing her a picture. She's like, "Oh my God, I went out with this guy." She's like, you know, didn't work out with him, whatever. Go on a date. Just don't mention that, you know, you're my friends because we live in the same apartment. And so what happened is I went on a date with this guy, went on a couple of dates. And eventually, one time I go to his place, and he had, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on the stream, but he had gummies. And I tried gummies once in my life, and this is definitely not for me. I don't like the experience. I can't remember a single thought in my brain. It's really, really bad for me. Like I can't do it. And he was like, "Oh, try it. You know, while I'm working every day, I take them. Nothing happens. Like blah blah blah." I'm like, you know, no. Blah. So I take the gummy, and I feel like I'm in freaking GTA. Like I'm in like the most like I'm a Sims. Literally, I'm a Sims character. I can't like dumb, retarded, completely, don't understand anything. And my reaction was to bully the guy, like very bully the guy, like said like very, very bad things. Eventually he goes, "I'm gonna put you in a cab and take you home." And I always gave him the location that's like 10-minute walk from my apartment when he ever would call me an Uber. So he would know where I live. And so he goes, "I'm gonna take you home," and he puts me in a car and sends the car with me. I'm like, no, just take me to the apartment. Just like I'm gonna drive myself. And he's like, no, I'm coming with you. You're not in a state where you can walk. So I remember that there was a building across the street. So I asked him to drop me at the building. And he's like, "I'm not gonna get out, like I'm gonna get out with you to your apartment." I'm like, no, stay in the car, just look through the window. But I'm so high, I don't understand anything. So walk in the apartment complex, and it's like this like very luxury apartment, and these like big like like security guys look at me, they're like, "What are you doing here?" My eyes are completely red, and I'm like, "There's a guy following me. I just need to stay in the lobby for 10 minutes. Can I just please stay in the lobby for 10 minutes?" And they're like, "Okay." They're like, see that I'm like really high. Anyway, I stayed at the lobby for like 10 minutes, and I don't remember the car that let me out in the lobby because I'm so high. I can't remember which car I got out of, so I don't remember which car he's sitting in to like and looking like at me because the lobby is like completely transparent, right? So I waited out for 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, finally, I'm just gonna get out. Like, that's fine. Like, hopefully that's not the car. Because I see a car across the street. I'm like, that's in your head. You're just high. Get out. Go home. So I go home. And the next day, I'm like texting him. I'm like, "I apologize. Sorry. I got this like reaction, blah, blah, blah." We go to a restaurant. And then after the restaurant, he takes me home. He drives up to my actual house. And I go, "You realize I never gave you the address to my apartment?" And he goes, "The second door is better," to the driver, because the second door is where my actual like place is. And he goes,
Wow.
"Say hi to Blondie for me." That's my girlfriend.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Fucked
That
up
sounds like
big
he's
time.
more creepy though than what you did.
I mean, he just figured out. I think what happened is he probably just like waited out in the car to like, because he probably saw that I was just like standing in the middle of the lobby and I couldn't go up because I wasn't living in the apartment complex. And then when I was like running out of it to my actual place, I think he put two and two together. Yeah.
It's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's a good one. These are
Okay,
good
guys.
questions.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to take care about your time, and I know that it's late for everyone, so probably it will be a last round of questions. And you need to just continue the sentence that I will be reading to you, and that's it. So simple. Faye already knowing the rules, so Faye, my first question will be to you. Not question, but continue the sentence. My silliest jealousy moment was where I.
Wait, sorry, that cut out for me. Could you repeat it again?
Yeah, my silliest jealousy moment was where when I.
Like my most jealous
Yeah,
moment?
yeah,
Like a
and
silly jealous moment.
Silly jealous moment?
not when
Huh.
someone cheating you and you're like, oh, it's probably time to be jealous. Like,
Nah, girl, I never thought that. Let's be so real. I'm trying to think. What's a silly jealous moment I've had?
for example,
I'm
when
not someone who feels that often. I know like jealousy is an emotion people feel on a general basis, but as of the recent history, I don't recall that emotion coming up. I'm just trying to think.
Maybe give her another question then.
Yeah, show me another one.
I've never admitted that.
Ira, I had a question. I've never admitted that I feel really deeply. Like,
Oh,
yeah, I feel really, really deeply. And it could be like in friendships, relationships, familial, like it could be anything. Yeah, I feel really deeply. Even I think when you think about business, it's supposed to be more logical. I still feel things even in business.
Mm.
And for me, that is important to me. I don't see it as something that's hindering it because I can put that together with the logic. Like the way I feel about another person, um, the energy that they're giving out, I want to be able to sense that and understand if that's someone I want to work alongside or collaborate with. And it reveals a lot more that logic sometimes can't. So, yeah, I do feel deeply, very deeply, actually. It sucks sometimes, but for a lot of times, it's great.
yeah,
That's
I
pretty
agree.
deep. That's pretty deep. Because you also present more of a tough kind of
I
like
know.
you look like somebody who doesn't feel as much. But
I know.
that's really interesting.
She
I'm
does
a
like a
Pisces at
Scorpio.
heart, but my rising
Oh,
is
you're
Leo.
Pisces, but
Uh-huh.
oh, you're
Yeah.
rising Leo. Do you have any Scorpio in your? Because Scorpio are deep,
No,
deep.
no.
She's like,
No.
she's, I don't know, for me, she's such a bestie vibes and such a cozy person. And I feel this deepness in you. And yeah, I love your energy. Yeah. Okay, Ginger Girl, the most romantic thing that you ever did.
That I ever did?
You ever did, yeah.
I can tell you what's the most romantic thing a guy has ever done.
No, you.
I really like organizing like birthdays and like things like that in general. I think it's like, especially when it's not just for a guy, but like for friends, it's always been really important for me to feel like make someone feel really special. So I actually really like, and in general, I always liked organizing dates. I always kind of liked living my life as in a movie, and I would see all these movie dates where you go and have picnics or go horseback riding or things like that. And I was like, why do these people get to have this and we don't? So whenever I would like, sometimes I would suggest going on a date, doing something like that, or like organize a date like that. And again, date can also be between just like your girlfriends. Instead of just like, oh, let's go to a restaurant or let's go to a bar, have a drink, let's have a picnic in Central Park, or in like, let me cook or let me do something nice. I think it's really important to live these like movie moments in life. And yeah, especially like if there's an occasion like a birthday or Christmas or something, you can really make something special. And what I've realized the most is like people don't really care about gifts as much as they care about memories and how much time you've put into something. So it's always nice if you can like create something with your own hands, or like bake something, or like write a letter or something. It's always really romantic.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like
Love it.
That's a
sometimes
nice way to put it.
yeah, to make some handmade stuff and
Yeah.
give it to someone. I think it's cool.
That's such a love
People remember
language,
you
I
for
think.
how you make them feel.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's really easy to buy something. Even if you think of this person, you're like, oh, he's going to like it or she's going to like it. Let me get this. But it's just like, it's a materialistic thing. If you actually put your effort into something, or like create something that's like, you know, based on your memories, or like an inside joke or something, then you're like, oh, this person really
Yes,
thought
yeah.
about this. You didn't like get this
Mm.
yesterday.
The
You know?
thing is, I think only women can do something like this for each other. I never met a guy
That's
who.
not true. That's
That's
not true at
Oh
all.
my
You
God,
tell him.
no. I
Yeah.
don't agree.
Okay.
There's thoughtful men. There is thoughtful men who does really
Yeah.
crazy things, you know, and put effort.
But they're all
and
taken. They
I've
just get
experienced
snatched up immediately because when a girl meets a guy like that, they're like, I'm not letting that guy go. But I believe it.
Yeah, that's facts as well. Okay. Dijo, question to you. I get the most angry when my partner.
Whoa.
It was a touchy one. You got to be careful on that one, bro.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
There is a thing that happened a lot recently when she doesn't respect my time to do when I need to take it. And I need to take it when I need it. So this is a question that
that's fact.
it's really become higher when our son is born, because we have a lot more. Because now I have 2 company and a son, 2 years old, and I need my time. And this is a really huge argument in the house. Also the planning. Because, for example, for me, it's crazy when I see in the calendar just add tomorrow. I'm not at home and it was like, what? No. We have to plan together because we need our time to be together, to be alone. Because I really think that in a good couple, you need to have your time to do your stuff. That is not work. That is not related to the family. This is just related to you. This is the most difficult thing that we are living right now.
Absolutely agree with you. For me, my personal time is so important and my personal space. And I understand you. I got angry super fast if someone don't respect my time and my personal space. I think for every modern person, it's so important to be alone with ourselves, our thoughts. You know, even I think travel into like different places alone. It's important. And to let other person to travel alone as well, because that's how we can breathe.
But not to Bali, though. Just not Bali.
Not to
Everywhere
Bali.
else but Bali. I'm joking.
From this stream, we banned Bali and Burger King.
Yeah, exactly.
Something happened in Bali, it would happen anyway. And if they cheat to you in travelings, it would happen anyway. But 10 years after, or 5 years, or 2 years, it's better now. So better to give freedom to a person and freedom to yourself to make everything quickly. I don't know. Okay. Mahita, then question to you. Okay, this one. The last time I felt truly loved when the last time I felt truly loved was when.
When?
You're such a cutie. Like, oh.
Because I'm trying to think right now. We're talking about the romantic love, because my people love me and they show me every day. When I'm like going through my previous relationship, and like when you let me think now. When my favorite ex-boyfriend, Charlie, that I will always have love so much for him because he was amazing. He's an amazing human being, and he introduced me to his family for Christmas.
Oh.
And that was the time when the way he was so proud to introduce me to his family made me feel like, oh, that is like,
that's cute.
and I never had Christmas because in my family, like, I'm coming from trauma and I didn't experience Christmas. So when he brought me to his family for Christmas and they had like Christmas, like from movie, you know, like Kevin Home Alone, but
Yeah,
without
yeah.
the camera, when everyone's like together and shit like that. So I was like, wow. And that is the memory I will always have, and that is the moment when I was like, oh, this man loves me really much because he brought me to his family. He introduced me to 20 cousins, all the grandmothers, and all the, you know, it was really, that was the moment, I think, when I felt
That's so
truly
sweet.
loved.
That's so warm and sweet. Yes.
That's a really nice story.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe we need to back to this question, but with Star-Lordy, your silliest jealousy moment when...
She really want to know.
Actually, I do have a good answer for that. There was a girl that I was dating that was obsessed with this particular celebrity, and like obsessed, you know what I mean? And I didn't care until one day we were out, and then we met a guy that looked just like that celebrity, right? And then he liked her because, you know, she was attractive, and so she was talking with him a lot that night, you know what I mean? And then of course she was like, oh, it's whatever, I don't care. But I was also like, but then why are you talking with him? You know what I mean? So I think that it felt really silly, but it was also one of those triggers where I was like, oh, is that how I lose? Like, is that like, you know, is that a thing, you know? And so now it's so stupid. Like every time, I'm not gonna say which celebrity it is, but every time I see that guy's face on a poster, I'm just like, fuck that guy.
I really want to know
Even though
now.
I can't say, but it's so dumb because like I'm not even a jealous person normally, I swear. But like that one instance for some, I think it was because like when she met that other guy and he was like making her laugh or whatever when they were talking, I was like, oh, okay, so it's like, you know, and so yeah, that was a silly jealous moment that I had to just talk myself out of.
But that was valid. I think that was very
Yeah.
valid.
I knew what to ask. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That was a good one. You got me on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, I gotta ask your question now. Let me pick one. All right. So for Ira, my most hidden desire in a relationship is.
Yeah, actually, you know, I love to joking all the time that I want relationship, you know, when like all my memes about that and everything. But I continue joking like this when I'm in relationship, because when I'm in relationship, I want to be free again. So I feel like my desire is to be free again. And yeah, I love this energy to be a single friend of the couple, you know, just hanging out with them when I want, but actually be free. So
your hidden desire to be in a relationship is to not be in a
Is to not be in a
relationship.
I think it's always we want what we don't
Yeah.
have.
maybe
It's
yeah.
it's a human nature.
That's a
Kira,
good
you
answer.
have to
That's
answer
honest.
Ollie.
I'm trying to explain a little bit about you, but I'm just. But that's what it is. You know? When we think we're like, oh, we want to be in a relationship, and then when you're in a relationship and it starts to be a little bit like too much, you're like, fuck, I want to be
Because I think
single
we
again.
love the idea of this, you know, an idea of the person, but the personal space is so fucking important. And you know, just especially when you lived alone already and you know how to live alone, to let person each other, like it's you know, the sounds, the like everything when they when they like making the tea for them and you're like, fuck off from my place. Oh my god, that's so real. Okay, guys, thank you so much
That's real.
for your time and yeah, for being on this live stream. Once again, it's backed by Eva, so don't forget to follow this account, interact with them, because that's how it learned. And yeah, in the future you will be remembered as a KOL, as an important person, and yeah, we have plans for this as well. So maybe this time for giveaway results. Can you start, Lordy, choose someone who reposted the live stream?
Oh, okay, yeah. While I'm doing that, we could just do one more conversation topic, which actually I'm curious from the female perspective, especially, is how do you balance the idea of career and relationships? Because one thing I noticed from a lot of my friends who are female is like they kind of thought they didn't have to put time into relationships, that they could just focus on their career and the relationship would just appear at some point. And then they started realizing like, oh, if I don't put effort in, I might not meet the person. So it's like, it becomes this challenge of like ticking clock. And if they want kids, that puts extra pressure, you know, that like, how do you guys think about that?
I think first of all, a relationship comes when you least expect it. So, and then you just accept the fact that if it is some, you know, when we have a lot of free time, then we tend to look for a relationship because it's like, oh, you know, like I have so much free time, let me fulfill this like emptiness in me with a guy. And then usually, like from what I've seen around me, is like the time when people least expect it or are very focused on their career and business is when they find the right person. And in a lot of cases, if it's the right person, you're going to be able to balance it out, like your career life and your relationship life, because it's just going to be a very respectful relationship. And in case it doesn't like balance out, in case it doesn't work out, it's just maybe not your person.
I think to add on to that, like once you do meet your person and you're still like kind of figuring out a balance in your life, it's just about, you know, love is something that you have to consistently do. It's more about the actions as well. It's not just the feeling that just stays, like you are nurturing it, you are growing it. So it's just like you would nurture and grow anything else. You focus on the relationship as well alongside your other ventures and other aspects of your life that you want to pour into. Like whatever you want to grow, you plant the seed there as well.
Yeah. What from my take is also like I do believe once I'm gonna get my partner, I want to build something together with him. So, you know, another venture together, I think that would be really like I don't know, like empowering yourself, you know, being in this relationship as well. Obviously, you grow together, you work on things together, be like having a partner in crime. And I feel like everyone wants to have a partner in crime at some point in your life,
Yes,
you know?
100%.
Looking for it, but fuck, I would love to have someone who's like thinking like me, is like so motivated like me, and it's like an engine, you know, we're like a machine together, you know, that's what I want, I guess. And you know, all the women who are actually career driven, we want to have a man who is career driven too, and we can build something together, you know. And we'll find time. You'll find time if you love someone. You always find time, guys. Like the same way you find time for your family.
That's a good soundbite.
True.
Yeah. All successful couples I know, they are working together on something. Like I swear, they are all working together. I don't know.
I think it is helpful.
Like in the same business, you mean?
Yeah, they build in the same business together.
Really?
They all build in the same business. Yeah. But they also grew together, you know, they started from the zero and they started to grow it. So maybe it's not related to all adult people, you know, but
That's really interesting. I have like a completely other take on it, that I would never do business with like family.
Me too.
I want to make business
The
with
same.
you. That's cool.
I think it's one or the other, and there's no middle ground. I've seen couples who are really good at working together, and they're like a power couple, like they're very clearly make each other better. And then I've seen couples where it's like better to be separate, have their own careers, and just appreciate each other, support each other. You know,
I think it also depends on the industry, because like if you, for instance,
Mhm.
are like a social media creator, girly model, and then you have a boyfriend who's like a great videographer,
Yes, exactly.
very good
then
connection.
that's like a perfect thing. But
That's
if you're
agree,
both
we
like
all
an
need this
accent, then that's
person.
not a
Yeah,
good idea.
we all need
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it's
Yeah.
the same with friends.
It's you know,
If you think
Yeah.
about it, because there is a lot of friends that you could
Yeah.
work with, and a lot of you really don't want to.
That's
It's
a
the
good
same.
thing.
Good point.
Okay, guys.
All right, so we picked the winner. It is Oni Samurai. I went ahead and posted in the comment. Congratulations, Oni Samurai. Go ahead and DM for your wallet. We'll send you the EVA. And yeah, appreciate you, Ira. Always, you're the best host. So thank you for hosting and all the guests,
Last
obviously.
words from everyone. Let's go. Start, Logi. Start from you.
Oh, what was the question?
Just last words.
Oh, last words. Yeah, I'm excited. I think there was a lot of great perspectives shared, and actually, it's really helped my own perspective on things. And I think that's the whole point of this show, like we talked about, is just have honest conversations between guys and girls. And I appreciate the honesty and vulnerability from everyone. And thank you.
Thanks to you. And yeah, we will do this every Friday with different guests, but also we really appreciate if someone will decide to come, like, second time and third time and everything, because community is very important, and it's better to build community with people who you truly like and you already know during this live stream and everything. So, okay, Ginger Girl, passing mic to you.
I think, like, we talked a lot about AI and everything. In AI, we kind of build an algorithm, like the people do it, when we say thank you or you're welcome or like things like that. When we talk to, an AI, we kind of build this algorithm together as humanity. And we started this like stream with us saying like, oh, we live in such a fucked up world. There's so much like paradox of choice. People don't want to date. People don't want to be in the relationships. But the more like I talk about dating with people in this like world, everybody says the same thing. We make this community. We are part of it. And as I said, like, we sometimes we think, oh, I'm going to treat people like this or I'm going to treat people like that because they treat me like that. But we're the ones that build this algorithm. So I think there still is hope. And if we're just going to treat people nicer in terms of dating and not, ghost them or say bad things about them or only value them by their looks, we actually still have a chance to change this algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can monetize our traumas and they can.
She's always thinking about business.
I like that.
Next
I like
meeting
that.
at Burger King. Let's
yeah. On me though. On me.
Dijo.
For me, it was really a pleasure to know you all. It was really fun. I was really excited to be here, and I'm really happy to have done it. My last take is just when you grow up, you know much better yourself, much better what you love, but also what you don't love about life. So use it. When use what you don't want, what you don't love, have the courage to say no.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that.
I yesterday we had a live stream with Dijo about his project and everything, and it was like an amazing conversation about what he's building, how he seeing the future and everything. So guys, please connect with each other, also collaborate with each other. It's super important, and I will be happy if all the connections will start with also this live stream. Okay, Mahita. Yeah. Thank you for being with us. Your last words for us.
Honestly, thank you for having me. What I really did enjoy the most is like how everyone became vulnerable, and it's also always good to hear other people's side, especially from guys as well, because like we taking each other for granted always, and I feel like it's always good to hear others and then just come back with that conversation, even because we all probably going to think about that conversation tonight and just like maybe take a little bit from everyone in the chat and I'm not saying implement it, but at least get into your thoughts and like just revalue, and I feel like be kind to each other. Dating, not dating, no matter. AI is cool, but there is no depth, there is no feelings, and we're still humans. We're still, unless there's these people they put already Neuralinks and shit, I don't know, but we're here, we're just human. We need love. Love is the highest frequency. We need that shit, and just start to love, because when you love, everything is becoming better. You manifest better. Your dream life is becoming reality. The love, everything comes from heart, the intention. So
I'm
That's
so
my take.
happy that you joined today, and I'm so happy that I did wasn't wrong in your energy when I felt, from your page and everything, the way you're talking, it's amazing. So I'm really happy to know you better, and yeah, thank you for joining. And Faye, you're second time with us. I really appreciate it, and especially it's important to have some feedback from people, so please don't be shy also to reach us out, like say your suggestions, something like that. Let's create together. Again, back to ginger girl topic, that we all affecting on the world, and right now we can start building together. Just suggest what you have in mind. And Faye, yeah, your take for us.
Again, thank you for having me a second time. I know you guys couldn't resist. I don't blame y'all. But yeah, jokes aside, like I think the streams are great. They're very intentionally crafted, and they also feel organic at the same time. Even though there's like a little bit of a guideline that you're going off of, it still feels very in tune. It doesn't feel like it's forced at all. It feels very natural and organic. I think one slight suggestion I would give in those terms is to maybe um, change up certain questions in a way that they're more like a lot of people can engage at once, like kind of like show of hands or something like.
Yeah,
Otherwise it looks a lot more like it's a Twitter space, which is cool as well, but I'm just thinking of ways to make it more visually engaging in the sense like
Like,
I'm sure
would you rather or something like that?
yeah, something of that sort, or never have I ever,
Or
we could
never
do
Yeah.
have
that.
I ever.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we should try some
that's
things like that.
great idea.
Yeah, that's a
Oh
good
my
one.
God, I love you so much. Yeah,
Or, this like TikTok trend, which is like bare minimum or princess treatment.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we could
That
do
would be
that.
really fun to
Yeah.
play with the guys, and then
We
we say
should
like
do
which
that.
one we think is like princess treatment and which one's bare minimum.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
I
I like
definitely
that.
Guys,
some
what
of
else?
these
Repost my tweets, bare
You
minimum.
see, brainstorming together. That's amazing,
yeah.
guys. Thank you so
I think
much.
apart from that, I just want to say that I want to say two things. Seek first to understand and then to be understood. And another thing I want to say is if you are single and if you're looking for, you want a relationship, I would strongly suggest to this is something that's worked for me. Like it's a living testament kind of a thing. So write down a list of qualities of values that you want in a partner, and then think about what kind of qualities or values that other person would want, like that partner would want, and then just focus in on those.
Mm.
And then when you meet someone and you feel something's there, see if those values align, and if they do, then yeah.
That's really cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, I hope someone making list for me, what I would like to
To get out of the relationship. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hire the intern,
I
girl.
hope
Hire the
someone,
intern.
yeah.
He's gonna spend time with you, and you have the entire list for you.
Okay, guys, on this note, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Congrats with the winning the prize, and see you next